Alright, let's check the audio. We're gonna act like that's fine. Okay. So, let's I guess let's get into it. Uh, Hold on. Okay. So, I've been playing Street Fighter for at least a couple years now. At least. If it has been 3 or more, it's at least been a couple years. And I've made, for it being a small span of time, I've made quite the improvements, I would say. I think the only improvements that I need to work on now is just player to player things and understanding what's plus, what's not, and I guess understanding a scenario better, making better decisions, etc. But for the time that I've been playing, I've made quite the advancements. And it's unfortunate what character I decided to make those advancements with. I've I like what I was able to do with my character, but I chose the wrong tool from the shed. You're going to the you're going to your shed, you're trying to find the right tool, I picked the wrong one. I did good with the tool that I've been using, but it's not working. It's not going to work for everything anymore. And maybe a tool shouldn't work for everything, but it's just not as useful as everything else. It's This is a good character for what he is, but he is not a good character. And even if he is, again, it's just there's things where I mean there's just there's a lot of things where he does not do good at. And I get it. There's probably some people thinking, well, at least you have a reversal. At least you have this. At least you have that. And even if I do have a few of those things, I can acknowledge that, but at the same time, a character can have a lot of things and still be weak. I'm not saying that my character is weak, but what I am saying is what the character is, and especially it being a modern game, what my character is no longer fits in the times that we're in now with fighting games. The character is supposed to be solid and is supposed to be to the point, but people don't like solid and to the point. And even if people do or don't mind it here and there, there's biases. People are. Hold on. People have biases. So even if they don't mind it, they do. It's kind of like life, really. People talk about things that they don't like, yet they do them in other ways. It's a hypocrisy deal. I always say you got to know where hypocrisy stands, or you got to know where the line is drawn with hypocrisy, because a lot of things we're hypocritical on a daily basis. You just got to know what is okay to be hypocritical with, or you got to at least know what is kind of a little bit on the meaningless side of things, and you got to know, okay, you're just being stupid. Like if I say I don't like this color, or if I say I don't like this, but then we're hypocritical on a daily basis, right? You just got to know what's a meaningless hypocrisy and what actually shows your true character hypocrisy, or shows your intelligence hypocrisy. And that's the thing, is like, my character, yeah, they're strong in their own way. It's just, in modern Street Fighter, they're not strong enough. And even if it's not a thing of being strong, they're just not my character is not useful enough. And that's why I've decided a few things. One, I'm gonna either play as insanely as I can and try to learn everything to the best of my capabilities with this character and ride the wheels until they fall off. But the other thing that I'm thinking of doing, if I don't like option 1 too well, I have to play a different character. Even if that means I need to spend another 3-4 years to 1 to 3 years just playing this particular character, this new character that I have to probably think about playing. And the bad thing is, realistically, if you want to go the smart route, if I want to go the smart route, I can't stick to my main. I can't stick to my main character. Which sucks, because you would like to keep your main. You would like to stick to the character you like, but when the character you like is no longer useful, or doesn't have usefulness in the right areas, there's no point. Plus, the character has obvious weaknesses that other characters just don't have at all. See, the weaknesses that Guile has is so prevalent because of how it's decided by your hands. Whereas the weakness of another character, they may have a bit where, yes, it is the weakness by your hands, but the weakness of other characters is mostly either them just being adequate for top level play, or their weaknesses is essentially just minor things. Oh, the downside of playing Ryu is I wasn't able to get 30% off of a confirm. That's your concerns. My concerns is I just can't play the game. And hopefully the music is not too loud, and hopefully I'm able to be heard while talking, but I feel like the smart route is for me to drop Guile. That is the smart route to do. Because there's nothing more left for this character. Basically learned everything that there is to learn. I just need to tidy up certain combo routes. I just need to have a bit better of awareness. I need a better controller. And that's it. I've reached a limit. Whereas if I go with another character, sure, there might be a limit too, but the upsides massively outweigh the downsides, because then at that point it's just a 4-touch scenario, as long as I could play the game. Whereas Guile, it's a 7-hit scenario at best. Maybe 10. Maybe 12. And sure, there's some matchups and certain characters where, yes, you can probably win relatively easy, but, I mean, again, if anyone was listening or seen the past discussion, those matchups aren't prevalent. They're not relevant, honestly. How often do I really run into matchups where I actually have the advantage? And to be real, Shotos is not a true advantage. Not really. The only advantage you have against a Shoto is range and fireball. And that sounds like a huge thing, but it really isn't. Because fireballs, those are paper cuts to victory. All you need is a good jump in. All you need is a good read. All you need is a knockdown. And again, range, what's that got to do with anything? If you just make the right read, if you just play a little tad bit aggressive here and there, what is so bad about your worst fireball and your worst range when you could probably just kill me in 2-3 sequences? A few pokes, checks, and 1 or 2 combos. That's it for me. Whereas Guile, I have to bank on you playing a certain way. It's funny because a lot of the Shotos can play Guile better than Guile. Not the fireball Guile. Not that. I'm going to wait and react. They play a better Guile gameplay than Guile does. Sure, they can't outbutton him in certain scenarios. But again, some of that is just down to you as a player, not even just strengths and weaknesses of your character. And even if Guile does have better things, it's like I said, it's just either just play better or understand the weaknesses and strengths. And that alone, people think that Guile beats Shotos. Yeah, if they don't know how to play. If you play the matchup as a traditional Shoto matchup with Guile, if it's a traditional Shoto versus Guile matchup, yeah, Guile wins. If it's traditional. We don't play traditionally anymore. Plus, people tend to change their playstyle against Guile anyways. So, at the end of the day, traditional gameplay is never really an option anyways. unless you want to go down that route, and if that's the type of player you are. But that's that. But with that said, it's just like, if they can play my gameplay better than I can, there's no point. There's no point in the character. I would have to switch to a new character. Which it's really hard to figure out which ones would fit me the most or what I would like the most, but it would be a necessary pick because while all this is fine and good and everything, I mean, there's only so far you can get with it. Whoops. I don't know why that's not working. Let's see. Alright, come on. Wish I could have got that. Alright. Okay. There we go. Oh, I could have hit that. Alright. I don't know. I like Fireball characters, but there is no Fireball characters anymore. And I know what some people would probably say, what characters to go with. But it all stems back to I want to play Guile, and it's not worth it. And even if there is a couple characters with a decent Fireball, it's modern it's modern fighting games. Unless it's NetherRealm. We don't talk about that. Modern fighting games, zoners are just not it. I know the propaganda, they're the propaganda and the bias and the crap that people like to spew. It hasn't been zoners for quite some time now. Only specific games. The wide majority of strong characters is not zoners. And the characters that have a better potential, or can at least, it's never characters that are just like zoners. It's the rush down I get to play however I want to play character. It's the I can induce my will. I can. You are forced to. I can impose my will on you, character. Those are the ones that have way more success and do way better. And even if that may sound like some BS, look at Street Fighter 6 right now. Hell, look at the final days of Street Fighter 5. Even if it could have been just people copying each other, Luke. It was just Luke. And even if it wasn't Luke, then I don't know, Luke and what's her name? Colleen? Something like that? Luke and I don't know, like some other character, like I don't know, man. You look at Street Fighter 6, I don't even think JP is that. I don't think. Something tells me not only is JP overhyped, but even in his strengths, which are great. Let's say he is a top tier character. There's multiple problems with him though. I mean, number one, what does every zoner have? A bad matchup. And that's not bad. Every character, I guess, shouldn't be 100% good because then they would be the best character in the game, but zoners in particular always have had a strange or crappy weakness to weird and obscure characters. And whether or not that's because of the character themselves or some BS shenanigans pulled by nerfs, buffs, or gameplay, or other, it's the modern fighting game way now, where a zoner has some stupid, ridiculous matchup problem. Oh, Guile was pretty decent, or he's kind of a little okay against Luke here and there, which is arguably one of the best characters. One of, I should say. One of. Luke is probably one of the best characters in the game. Oh, but Guile does decent against him, so that makes Guile pretty good. Until you see that Guile loses to other characters. It's like, even if Luke does have the same matchup problems as Guile in some aspects, it doesn't change the fact that he can dish out a shit ton of damage whenever he feels like it, or at least a decent amount of damage and good options. Whereas I'm just trying to play Street Fighter and I can't do nothing. And again, I really should just change characters, realistically. I just don't want to start over, really. And I don't want to just change characters just because they're just... I don't want to accept the fact that my character is trash. No, the character's not trash. Yeah, but I've reached a level where my character is not doing anything. That I'm not getting any favors from playing this character. It's like playing a team-based game, and okay, if everything starts to line up, the payoff is when things line up, you either get a victory or you get much better success. There's perks that come with it. Now, Guile was not that way. He's not a character where things line up, there's a payoff. No. Guile's a character where there's a team of 3 people and only one person is the team. The other 2 are just along for the ride. That's Guile. Other characters, everything lines up. This character, you're the team. Guile isn't doing much for you. You are the team. See, that's the thing. With Ryu, he has a team. If you hit your combos, boom. If you play solid, boom. If you don't play stupid, or if you just make decent decisions or reads, that's your team. Guile? Okay. I need to play good. I need to make the right decisions. I'm forced to maximize damage. I need to think outside the box. I need to know the frame data. I need to know what scenario is... You're the whole thing. You're the worker. You're the architect. You're everything. Whereas Ryu, your team is in the character. It's what you can do with your character as the team. Guile, I know I'm making a terrible example, and everything I'm saying is not making sense. I will admit that. But what I'm saying is just this. If you just play decent enough with Ryu, it'll work out. Unless it's matchup specific or bad matchups. Guile is not that way. You play solid with Guile, you're not going to get paid off as good as you would if you're playing Ryu. With Guile, you're not given perks. You are given obstacles. And you have to overcome obstacles. Ryu, you get to play the game. Ken, you get to play the game. You don't get to play the game with Guile. And even if that is a character-specific thing, or that, even though that might be a character-specific thing there, that's why I just can't. I either have to play out of my mind, or I have to switch characters. Which, I've been trying characters here and there, and I don't think I'm that good with any of them, honestly. And it seems like where a character I like has something that I like, there's a huge weakness behind them. And even if it's not a huge weakness, example, to anyone who may have been keeping up, which is no one, to anyone who may have been keeping up with my progress in the streams and etc., if anyone were to remember or has watched the past couple weeks, months of me streaming, doing videos, etc., you would know that I messed around with Kage, and it really gave me an idea that I really want to play Kage. And as much as I like Kage, and I really think he is a little bit more of what I like, there's things that are just not, I don't like. As much as I really like some things, I don't like others. Like, This, for an example, that is insane. That is the easiest confirm if you're in the right range. Like, that is just so... And that, too. Like... Hold on. No, I messed up. But anyways. There's things I really like about Kage. Like, now there's things that I'm not gonna probably be good with, especially with my controller. But the huge thing about Kage I don't like there's no fireball. And I know there's this. Those are the worst fireballs. Those are so bad. And even if they're not bad if they land, they might even be great if they land. But they're so bad because recovery is so ass. Like, that is just so bad. And there's nothing you can really do about that either. You have to make an insane read. Oh, Christ. Oh, okay. But no fireball is a huge downside for me. Even though Shotos have bad fireballs anyways, nowadays. I mean, that's just... The worst kind of fireball, in my opinion, is the ones that fade away. But this is, in many ways, on a worse level, if not is worse, by a wide margin. I mean, I guess that's kind of funny and cool, but and that's the other thing. I like Kage a lot, but no fireball, terrible. Wow, this controller is really bad. Wow, that's terrible. As much as I would like to explore Kage more, there's too many things that's just not what I like. Kind of like, let's take a look. No, what was it? No. I mean, I guess that's one, but I guess this ain't really much. It's just, I feel like the combo routes are funky, and I'm a heavy DP kind of person, I know heavy DP shouldn't always then every Shoto's the same, but the fact that you can't heavy DP, that is kind of, I don't like that. So you're kind of forced to do medium or light. Actually, I don't think you can do medium. Yeah, so you're forced to do light every time you go to convert with Kage. At best, you could probably enhance or OD. No, hold on. What am I doing? Amplify. You can amplify it. You could do that, but then that's wasting meter. And I guess maybe that's not the worst. That's nearly 30%, but on the ass. That's the other thing too, it's just like there ain't much to do in some of these aspects with Kage. It's like the characters that I want to try to branch off into, a lot of them are either not that good or they're not characters that fit what I want to do, which sucks. I mean, I really like this though. No, not that. No, not that. Hold on. I wish I had a better controller. Anyway. Like, you can combo the demon. No. I used to hit this all the time, but damn, the controller's getting really bad. That's terrible. There we go. Like, that combo, I really like that. And that is a huge reason why I want to play Kage right there. Like, just for the fact that the demon actually combos. I can hit these combos, it's just my controller's bad. I don't know why, every time it's always that sequence that drops. I'm always guaranteed to drop something with this controller. Oh shit, okay. And that's the other thing too. I want to play Kage, but I have a bad controller. I want to play some of these characters, but knowing my controller, I want to go for DP, and then I just get this. There we go. I don't know, did that even combo? Yeah, there's characters I want to play. One, I'm not that good with them. Two, they have weaknesses I really don't like. I'm more of a zoner player, and I feel like there is no zoners anymore. And even if there is, they're just not adequate. And I'm just stuck in the Guile vortex. And it's like, I also want to play Akuma, but I think I die fast with Guile. It might even be worse with Akuma, or is worse with Akuma. It's even worse with Akuma, and the combos that I like to do or want to do, some of his shit is really specific. See, Kage has that he has a good thing over Akuma, where some of his stuff is not really that specific, but Akuma on the other hand, oh wow, wait, what was it I was thinking? Yeah, yeah, that. Hold on. What was the... I feel like there was something else too. Yeah, that. Yeah, that's a huge one. Yeah. Yeah, I see. See, there's a few things where it's you can't hit them crouching. Oh, come on. Yeah, there we go. And then I guess that hits, but yeah, so I wonder, hold on. Okay, so medium hits. Hold on. And even that too. See, light doesn't hit there. Medium doesn't hit there. Only heavy hits, and look at that damage. That's Guile territory, and even worse in some scenarios. So that gets shut down because there's these stupid things that I have to be aware of, and that's fine. It's just that that's a lot. That's a lot to unpack, and especially, unfortunately, the characters I like or I would want to play, they all have... Hold on. Hold up. What just happened? Did everything just shit out? Am I still live here? I don't know if I'm still alive or not. I'm gonna act like I'm live. Anyways, it's just unfortunate because the characters I want to play or I have interest in, they all have these dumb weaknesses. Akuma has shitty health. He dies in a few hits. He has these oddly specific combos. And things that I want to do requires a good controller that I don't have. Yeah, I couldn't even hit it there. Anyways. See, I just can't do it. Yeah. And that's a terrible thing. I can't really switch characters if I really wanted to. So I'm just stuck in the Guile Vortex. Ah, I screwed up. That was it right there. Forgot the routing. What are you supposed to do after that anyways? Oh. That's what it was. I dropped it. Man. Right there. I don't know if that's because of recovery on V-Trigger, or if that's my controller just being that bad. See that? I'm trying... Yeah, right there. I just can't play effectively because of stupid things. What was that, bro? It was not do what I want to do. And also the thing about Akuma that's bad is he doesn't have what Kage has, a confirmable demon. Hold on. Yeah, that does not confirm. The only time that confirms is on counter hit. Hold on. Christ. Yeah, the only time that confirms is on counter hit. See? That is the only time where demon confirms. Or at least, I should say crush counter, actually. Correction, crush counter, not counter hit. Yeah, crush counter only. And even then it's only this and this. You can't, that doesn't, if you do this, that doesn't work. Yeah, it has to be that. So that's two characters that I'm interested in, but I don't like the stupid things about them. They have things that are great, but it's filled with stupid things. So I'm left with a few other options. I either play Ryu, I either play Ken, which Ken's probably the best option, or I play Seth. Now Seth is probably the most random of choices, but Seth is a character where I like playing Seth. It's just that I feel like I'm not playing the character correctly. And on top of that, what's worse is I can't do certain combos because of my controller. Like that, that's hard to confirm because of my controller. See, I can do it on that, but yeah, I just... I could do it there. And I guess some of it is just practice. But when you're in a tense moment where you have to confirm your hit, and also he has a micro walk combo, which is another crappy thing to deal with. Christ, come on. Alright. And see that, I mean, when it works, it works. But how often can I actually play like this? How often am I actually going to be able to do what I want to do? I like that button. That's insanely a good button. I love this button, but that's the kicker. You have to be in their face. Or at least you have to be at a decent range. It's like, look at all these weird things that a lot of the characters I like to play have. And I guess every character has that, but No, I'm screwing this up. I'm screwing this up majorly. Is there a combo you can do from that? I feel like there is. What would it be though? I've seen people do it. It might be... No. Wait, is it this? I don't know. But yeah, like... Hold on. What was the combo? See, there's a route that I do. See that right there? If I want to do that route, that's risky because if I'm on this side, that won't work. I could do it all day probably there, but... Yeah, see right there. I just... That's hard to do. And I guess that, again, that might be a practice thing, but... Plus, like I said, I don't think I'm playing the character right, because... I don't think that's real. I don't think that's real. And if that is real, then that's a huge thing. This probably would be my character then. But I don't think that's real. +4? I just don't feel like that would be a real thing though. Come on. Yeah, I usually resort to playing like this. And I don't think that's how you play Seth. I don't think any of that is real either. And if that is real, then that's a huge candidate for me to play this character. But again, if I want to win, I have to be able to convert. And if I can't do that, then what's the point? And the worst part is about Seth, which I didn't even get into it. Seth, I don't think has a good anti-air. I mean, some things might work. Like right there, that traded. I guess heavy would work, right? But even then, that might be specific. I guess it's a late jump in. That beat that outright. That was light DP. Oh, I traded. That's huge right there. Like, and do I have this on counter hit? Hold on. I don't think I do, but anyways. See, that beat that outright, and this is supposed to be a DP, mind you. I know that might be asking for too much, but I guess medium. But that's a lot to remember. It's just like, hold on. How are you supposed to do that? Okay. And it's good that you can convert with that. Oh, shit. Shit. But going back to the anti-airs, Ryu and Ken has a better anti-air. Like, that's some bullshit. Like, that ain't nothing. And only sometimes does it work. Like, that is terrible. So there's no anti-airs. Was that real? Shit. Shit. See right there, that was supposed to be the little move he does, or Seth does. It was supposed to be that into... See, it did it again. And like in a high stakes scenario, you gotta be able to convert, and if my controller's just not gonna... Right there. Like... Bad anti-airs. Every character that I want to potentially switch to, there's something bad about them. And then it's like, well, why should I play this character if they're in the same boat as Guile? So I'm in the Guile vortex, honestly. I want my main character to... I want to be able to play my main character, but it's just not... I'm getting to a point where I feel like I have to play something that I don't want to play, or I'm stuck with this character. Maybe Luke? But even then, I don't really like how Luke plays. Luke is a strange one.
Let's do it. I'm always ready for a fight.
I mean, I like certain things about Luke, but he's another weird one. Like, Luke, apparently he's like top tier and everything, and I could see it, but he ain't top tier for me. And even if he is, it's just like, I don't think I have the patience to play a character like this. That's good damage. See, like this. that's so new to me. Just like, I mean, I guess that's cool and that's good. That's a good combo there. Like, that's good, I like that. But that right there, I would never get used to. I'm used to this being like this. That, I like that. But his jab is not like that. You can't do anything off of his jab. Except do the target combo. And I don't think you can do anything off of counter hit either. I guess you could do that. Come on. Come on. There we go. There's just strange things with him, and that's good damage, or that's decent damage. See, I can't. That's just weird. Is suppressor V trigger or V skill? Yeah, it is. Okay. See, I'm not a target combo kind of person. I mean, I've played Mortal Kombat, right? And I guess, well, what shouldn't that just carry over? But a lot of the target combos are kind of funky, or at least they're not. It's hard trying to play like Mortal Kombat while playing Street Fighter. That's such a weird. What did I do there? Oh. I forgot about that, too. Anything combo from that? Strange. And also, to get a good combo starter, or to get good combos, you have to keep doing this. And I guess it ain't that bad. And right there, me being a person that likes to be a zoner a bit more, this fireball is ass. That's terrible. That is terrible. I don't like that. Luke is not my kind of character. That's good or decent damage for it being a single hit combo. Of course. Of course. Okay. There goes that shit again. There it goes. Okay. Yeah, Luke's not my character either. So it comes down to good old Ryu or Ken. And to be real, it should be Ken. Ken, I really think Ken not only is better than what some people think, he may even be like top 3, honestly. There's just things with Ken, I'm not joking, he may even be better as a starter character than Ryu. Maybe by a mile. He may even be... Ken is like a... He's a starter and a main character material. Like... That Dragon Punch, DP, Shoryuken, whatever, anti-air, that is so good. And there's just a lot of things where I could just play the character how I want. Like, a lot of this stuff, you could just play like this all day. Can't you convert off of... Hold on. I feel like you can... You can't do it on this one? Maybe that's a Street Fighter 6 thing. Yeah, that might be a Street Fighter 6 thing. Or maybe that's like a really tight confirm, but... No, the only thing I don't like about Ken is his super. It's kicks. I would have a lot of trouble remembering that it's kicks. Yeah, but I'm not showcasing a lot of his stuff that good, but he's just, this is such a good button. It's not probably like that good of range, but if you whiff punish with that thing is ridiculous. Oh yeah, not to mention target combo, and it's the easiest target combo in the whole game. And you can cancel off of it. This is probably the real pick, honestly, if I wanted to actually play character legit. No, that's a real thing. Come on. Come on, that's a real thing. Don't play me. know what's funny about that? I swear someone hit that combo on me. Why is it not working? Is it like... You gotta do it at a specific timing? Yeah, there you go. How do you do it? Is it crouch only? That might be crouch only. That might only be one thing I wouldn't like, but yeah, I think that's crouch only. Unless that's timing. That might be a range thing, actually. Hold on. Probably crouch, actually. I don't know, that's a little difficult, actually. But... Come on. Can't you do that? Unless I'm thinking of Street Fighter 6. Okay. He's simple as hell, too. Can't you? I thought you could. Yeah. Shit. You see this crap? Oh, can't you do that? Shit. I feel like you can do that. I really feel like you can do that. If you can't, alright, then... Maybe it's not heavy. Okay. My controller wasn't bad. I guess you have to just convert right then and there. There we go. Haha. That's so insane. Like, you can do that? See this shit? Like, this is just the character right here. Ken is really just that character. Like, he could just really do all this. You could do all that? Look at this character, man. I'm not gonna lie. I think if I decide to quit Guile, I think Ken's the one. I think he's just a character. He's just that stupid. He's just that easy. Oh yeah, not to mention, you can do this. You could do this. Hold on, no. You can do that. Light into medium. You can do that. Like, you just can't go wrong. Even if you convert, even if you do shit damage here and there, it just works. Like, it just works. Wait, can you do this? Like, you could just do it. It's Ken. Do it. Okay, that was a little ambitious. Like, whatever goofy shit you want to do, this is the character. I just can't believe that's real. That is real. Wow. That's real. You get less damage, but wow, that's real. Okay, ambitious, but... You can even do that. Wait, imagine? No, imagine. Come on. It's gotta be real, right? Maybe not. Okay. What could you do here? And you can do that. Like... Hold on. Controller, please. Can you? Can you? Okay. I just can't believe this. Alright. Probably cut it there, but I'm imagining no one would watch till the end. That's not real, but if anyone were to get to this point, just to see if I say anything or I don't know, whatever. I'll just say that if I was to play any character, it probably would be Ken, realistically, or Ryu. But I'm probably going to try one last run with Guile. Get a certain amount of points, and I'm probably done. I'm probably done with the character. Unless I pop off and do some insane shit, which that ain't happening. But if I were, I don't know, maybe I would stick to the character, but I think if I have to, I'm switching to Ken. I think that's the only logical thing to go for. But yeah, that's it. Yes, sir.